And now we're on day 3 of the full day of being in Portland. So last night we ended up going to Breakside Brewery. They had some good beers.
Yeah, especially the porters, like the dark stuff. And actually, we just had lunch with my cousin and my stepsister, and like they even mentioned that like that's the popular thing up here. If you don't like the IPA and like the stout kind of flavors, it's like you're not gonna like it up here. Right. And those are the only things he likes.
Yeah, those are typically the things that we like, so that works out pretty well for us. Back where we're from in Anaheim, it's mostly sours.
It's so many sours and really hoppy and oaty, and I'm like,
oat and sour, sometimes in the same one, and it's got that sour kick at the end.
It's weird.
It's not always our favorite.
It tastes moldy. That's what it tastes like.
It is a little moldy, yeah.
Like musty, moldy.
So then after that, we went to go see a late night movie. We saw Get Out.
That fucked me up.
Which was good, but then we had to go into a scary parking structure in the middle of Portland that was not necessarily the best. So we did that. That was interesting.
Mark, drive. Sorry.
Yeah. So this is our last full day. Last full day in Portland. We're actually going to do a very Portland thing. We're going to go to Stumptown Roasters, and they're going to have what's known as a coffee cupping today, and that's a bit of a it's like a wine or beer tasting, but with coffee. Because around here there is a coffee shop probably once every other block or so.
Yeah.
And they're all full. Yeah. Small little coffee shops. You'll occasionally see a Starbucks every once in a while, but they are empty compared to all the other places. So, yeah, big shout out to the food.
Yeah, everywhere food in general.
Food everywhere we've
Portland
been has
is
been
like aces when it comes to food, and apparently like beer and just anything like you can put into your mouth. I mean that literally. Anything you can put into your mouth, Portland is good at, because there's also a bunch of sex stores.
There are a lot of strip clubs here. I heard once that it's the highest strip club per capita, and I believe it.
It totally makes sense.
There are a ton of strip clubs here. We have not gone into any of them. We have no plans of going into any of them, but they are everywhere.
Not this trip, at least.
Not this trip. As far as I knew, we weren't going into any of them, but maybe things will change.
No, I need to expand my horizons.
So yeah, we're just kind of driving around, exploring a bit. We went to Beaverton a little bit today. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we're just kind of driving around, kind of exploring everything that we can, just to kind of see what is available here in Portland, because we are thinking of moving here.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I would love to say that once I get a book published, that will be a possibility. But the agent that I mentioned before that asked for the full request sent me a rejection yesterday.
She doesn't know shit.
She didn't read too much of it before she just turned it down. She was looking for something in particular, and I did not deliver on that. But I don't know.
It was too specific. These people really don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, getting a literary agent is easily the worst thing that I've tried to do. I would rather go through the experience of Tinder again.
But he won't.
I'm not going through Tinder again. Absolutely not. But Tinder was not as bad as getting a literary agent, and that really says something. If you want just a taste of what it's like, there's a hashtag out there called Manuscript Wish List, MSWL, so hashtag MSWL, and it's all these literary agents that are putting out there what they would like in a novel.
And it's a bunch of erotica, pretty much. It's like after Twilight happened, it's just kind of like, that's what they generally want. And I don't know where I am.
Yeah, we could go that way, I guess. Yeah, we're just kind of driving around the residential neighborhoods around here.
And they're all so pretty. Like, everything is so pretty and nice, and it's... And there's literally no... Well, I shouldn't say no traffic, but there's, like...
Not...
Like, it's like a traffic jam will last, like, a minute.
Yeah.
if that.
So that's always nice compared to what we're used to when it comes to traffic. This is really nothing. But yeah, hashtag MSWL manuscript wish list if you want to see what the industry is actually looking for, because those are actually the people that are supposedly the gatekeepers between the authors and the publishers are these people, and they're asking for, I don't know, stuff like I want a South Asian female protagonist in space, hashtag MSWL, and I'm like, that's not a novel, that's a gimmick, but that's what they all ask for, that kind of thing. So it's not fun.
No, it's ridiculous, really. He read me a couple of the tweets, and I'm just thinking, yeah, they really just want something like 50 Shades of Grey, but with a strong female lead who is a person of color. And it's like, okay, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and I do believe there should be more diversity, but it's like, go based off of what is actually written well.
Right.
Like a strong, well-written lead character is going to sell it. It's not, what did you call it? A
gimmick?
A gimmick, yeah.
So, yeah, it's been rough, but I'm going to keep plugging at it, and we'll see.
Yeah.
So, bad news. They don't do coffee cupping anymore. We were trying to go to Stumptown. They just don't do it.
No.
So
the guy didn't even know, like, that their annex was actually closed.
yeah, he was kind of looking at us going, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't do that anymore." And the annex that they do it in next door, I guess, is something else now. And then they moved it to another spot. And then and so he was telling us, I'm pretty sure they do it at the salmon location. So I looked up the salmon location, and it was closed. So apparently they just don't do that anymore.
But he gave us a free cup of coffee, so shout out to that guy.
Yeah, that guy was great, but unfortunately,
everybody's super friendly. Like, he went on this whole thing, and I'm like, I don't mind. Got nothing else to do. Listen to you. Like in California, it'd be like, no,
in California, you're wasting people's time.
Yeah.
But here
it's just like, let's talk.
Yeah.
Got nothing else to do.
Everybody around here has been very friendly, so big shout outs for that. But coffee cupping is canceled. We might do a video on that back at home if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll find some YouTube videos, and we'll start doing it ourselves.
Yeah, maybe on my channel.
Yeah, because that's kind of your thing.
Yeah, coffee and cheese.
Coffee and cheese.
Yeah.
That is a long-term plan, so we're gonna work at that. So now we're gonna go back to Powell's Books. That's the plan. We're gonna try to find parking, because this is much more of a downtown area that we're going to. You can tell because we keep on stopping. It's downtown, and the place where we're normally hanging out is more like a small town downtown. This is much more of a big city downtown, if that makes sense.
It's like, I don't mind like coming here like for specific things, but if I'm just like want to walk around and stuff, definitely Southeast.
Yeah, Southeast is definitely our favorite spot.
I think we've said that way too many times.
Yeah. But Southeast is where it's at. We're basically off of Division, which I guess is a pretty major street there. Belmont seems to be big. Hawthorne seems to be pretty big. But we're off Division, so we're a big fan of Division right now. And
not multiplication, division.
Division. And apparently I just saw online that there are 95 recognized neighborhoods in Portland. So I don't know the name of the neighborhood, but Division around 50th. Give or take.
Yeah. I think there's
big.
like Division like 30 something is like the closest neighborhood to us. Yeah, Division 34th.
Yeah. So here's just a kind of a sample of, hey look, There's just
food trucks.
Food
Like,
trucks.
You wouldn't think that people, like, especially in a cold place like Portland, would want to do food trucks, but they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we've done 2 food trucks, both for breakfast.
Yeah, both pretty good.
Pretty damn good. We pretty much got sandwiches both places. One was waffle sandwiches, one was a biscuit sandwich, and both were pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Especially considering, hey, just a random food truck, and it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, the food has been fantastic.
They're a little bit different than LA food trucks because they're permanent.
Yeah.
Versus LA, where it's like they'll travel together around the area.
Yeah, in LA, I want to go for a food truck, but I can't. I honestly don't know where they are.
Yeah, they don't really, like, some of them post on social media, other ones are just like, guess where we are today.
Yeah, I hear like, oh, you have to follow them on Facebook. So I went on Facebook, like got an account and followed like 3 of them trying to find them, and they didn't say. So big shout outs to the food trucks here for actually having a set location that they're at.
Yeah, their rent must be so cheap, and that's why they're able to keep like sandwiches so low. Like, there's like truffle fries, like, for super cheap. Yeah, just they're able to keep it super cheap, and it's just nice here, guys.
It's really nice.
Like, I'm falling in love again with it, and Steven's falling in love with it for the first time.
Yeah,
so
I'm really liking it. So we might end up moving here a little bit sooner than later. We'll have to see. There's still responsibilities and stuff like that I have to take care of back home. But definitely something that I'm going to think about. The cost of living is cheaper. People are nicer, friendlier. The only difference really is that it's cold, and that's something I can get used to.
And nobody, like, it's not a late night go out town. Like, we were talking to my cousin and stepsister, and yeah, they were both like, yeah, everything stops around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. And we've been going to bed early, and it's like, we are night owls. We stay up until 1 to 2 in the morning. This guy until like 3 recording.
Sometimes,
but we don't feel like we need to stay up late anymore.
No.
I don't feel like it.
No, everything's kind of closed, and
it's just kind of like quiet and laid back, and it feels good to be at home. Like, I personally like to curl up either with like a cup of hot cocoa or like some ice cream, and just like watch a couple of shows and like pass out.
And there's a lot of hot cocoa and ice cream places that we can go.
So many. There are Ben and Jerry's stores here. I know they're like all over the country, but there are so many here, and I keep missing them until Steven pointed them out, and he really shouldn't have.
Hey, look, more just food carts on the side of the road.
Yeah, there's so many.
It's crazy how much there is just great food pretty much everywhere. And yeah, I trust the food carts. You check them on Google. They've got over 4-star ratings.
Yeah.
We went to our first place under 4.5, which was 4.3 stars, and it was still good. Still great. So I would recommend the food pretty much everywhere. You can trust the reviews around here. They're a lot of fun. I'll try to put like a list somewhere of everywhere that we went. I'll try to remember them all.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. So that's been our trip so far. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. We're just going to head to Pal's Books in order to try to get some gifts for people that have been very kind to us this trip, and we'll try to wrap things up, which is we'll try to wrap things up tomorrow, which is our last day here. We'll be leaving sometime. So this is where we've been staying. This is our Airbnb. I can say it, I swear. It's been pretty nice, pretty cozy. There's basically a bed. There's some poetry over there. There's a vulgar one on it, actually. We just kind of left that. Here's the kitchen. It's really small. It's in tiny. Here. A little bit of a kitchen and a bathroom over there. Not too big. You can kind of pretty much see the whole thing in there.
Honestly, it's perfect if you need to like just make like a quick snack or something. But most of the places we ate were just so good that we didn't even like eat here. We picked up a couple things from Whole Foods only because I wanted to check out the competition or where I could potentially work in the future.
Right.
And we got some cheese, and he got some pot stickers, and
so that was pretty much it. Every time else we ate out. So that was good. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Nice and cozy. Nice little skylights and ceiling fan and all that up there.
It's really cozy. I love it in here. Like I can imagine coming back in the summer to stay here. I think I kind of want to stay somewhere else just to try it, but this was definitely a good like first time to Portland because it's literally a block away from everything that you would want to eat ever.
Yeah, we're near Southeast Division here, so it worked out really nicely. We kept on eating there. We're gonna go back there to go get some more waffles.
The waffle, it's so good. Oh my god, we're going to take some home too.
Yeah, we're gonna get a frozen 6-pack and bring that home. All right, so today is our last day in Portland. It's not our last full day. That was yesterday. We got a flight at like 6, 7, something like that. 6 p.m. So get a couple things to eat, wrap things up, and we'll be on a flight back to San Jose. So this is our last day in Portland. Yep. We had a lot of fun here. We found this nice little area. We've kind of just been exploring around, looking at different neighborhoods and things like that. I can say for sure now that all the stereotypical stuff, I should say, of all the things that you hear about Portland, that's southeast. So we know that now. We're actually in north.
Just
Portland.
north.
It's just north. We found this really nice park to just hang out in for a little bit, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that we came.
Me too.
And Portland is a lot of fun. There are definitely hipsters here. I know where that stereotype comes from, but as somebody from Southern California, it wasn't really all that much more than what I experienced at home. So that wasn't that big of a deal for me.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a culture shock. It's just kind of like I think it's more of the care that people have for their homes, their businesses, and just everybody around them. It's a very community-based, whereas LA is very self-focused.
Yeah, they definitely care about everything that they do. They're passionate about the things that they do. You can sense that pretty much everywhere you go here. And you don't get that really at all in Southern California. People are there and you are wasting their time by talking to them.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different way of looking at things, and really did appreciate it. So that's our time in Portland. We'll be heading to Monterey next, and then we'll be driving home from there. So we have a little bit of a flight and then a long drive ahead of us. But I hope you guys have enjoyed our trip to Portland.